Hello Scorpios, Sun Rising and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Scorpio, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. So with all that being said, Scorpio, let's get started. How does Scorpio currently view this relationship? All right, Scorpio. So we do have the Ace of Swords, we do have the Three of Pentacles, and then we also have the Eight of Pentacles. This kind of feels like a starting over energy. But it doesn't feel like with somebody new. It doesn't feel like with someone new. It feels like with someone that you already have a lot of history with is kind of what I'm getting. So I do feel like you're starting over with someone. And I am definitely getting that you're very determined to do things differently this time around in hopes, right? That you'll end up getting a different outcome this time with this person. But there's no way that this is like a new person. There's no way. It takes time to get to the Eight of Pentacles. So that's kind of telling me you and this person have history. Now, granted, could this be like a case where you're building with someone that you already know, that you're already familiar with, that you already have history with, but you and this person have never been romantically involved? Yes, that's a possibility, but for the vast majority of you, I am getting a starting over energy with somebody that you already were once upon a time romantically involved with. How does this person currently view this relationship? Okay. So we have the Fool, we have the Knight of Swords, and then we also have, oh man, yeah, this is somebody that you have history with. I feel like this person attempted, we'll give them that. I feel like this person attempted to move forward and move on with their life and just let you go, but they just fucking can't. They just can't. They just can't. I'm sorry, but they just can't, which I feel like you guys tend to have like that effect on people from what I've noticed throughout the years of doing tarot. Man, it's hard for people to stay away from y'all. I don't know what y'all be doing to these humans out here, but I just so happen to notice that about you guys. People have a hard time staying away from you guys. Very, very hard time. All right, tell me more about the Knight of Swords. Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords, but it came out in the reverse. We also have the Six of Pentacles. That also interesting. Came out in the reverse, and then we also have the Hermit. Okay, that's interesting. Before I get into that energy, with the Nine of Pentacles coming out in the reverse, you know, this could definitely represent like an energy of somebody who just simply can't be without someone. It could also represent like a very codependent energy. I do feel like when it comes down to you, they just feel like they can't be, you know, without you is kind of what I'm getting. It's interesting though. This is kind of what's capturing my attention the most, because we do see this person gravitating towards you, but it's in the name of, I can't lose Scorpio, right? But there's an energy of them essentially feeling like it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before this goes south. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. But screw it. You know, I want my baby back, damn it. So screw it, you know? You guys could have there's a possibility that you and this person have like a very on and off relationship, and that could very well be what's causing this person to feel like it's only a matter of time before it goes south between the two of you. But to be honest, at this point, if it does go south, screw it, because they want their baby back. Like, that's all they know. That's all they can think about is, I just want my baby back. I just want my baby back. That's it. Like, I don't care if it goes south again. If it does go south, I'll cross that bridge when I get there, but I just want my baby back. Like, it's kind of what I'm getting. Okay. All right. Well, it kind of looks like they're gonna get their baby back. How does... I'm getting an energy of playing it safe with you. Like, this time around, you're very determined to play it safe with this person. I don't know what that means, but I keep getting an energy of you playing it safe. Yeah, I feel like the primary reason why you're playing it safe is because of your history with this person. So this is kind of telling me you didn't necessarily have the best of history with this person. Like, this person is definitely giving you reasons to cut them out of your life, in other words. This time around, because you're choosing to like play it safe, you feel more comfortable, I will say, with, you know, giving this person, this relationship, another chance, because you're choosing to play it safe this time around. For example, let's just say that you guys used to like share a home with one another. You don't plan, you know, on having them move in with you or you move in with them. You plan on keeping things as is when it comes down to that, and just kind of seeing where life ends up taking the both of you. Again, just using that as an example. Like, I don't really see you letting this person back into your life fully like you typically would, because it kind of looks like you guys would break up, right? And then make up, and then you guys kind of go right back to like picking up where you guys left off as if nothing ever happened. You're not doing that this time around. So, you know, like I said, for the example that I said, if you guys did share a home with one another, you're very determined to not have this person move in with you, and vice versa. Another thing too, this time around, you're very determined to not invest all that you have to give into this person until this person could essentially prove to you that they are deserving of you and all that you have to give. Again, it's just the energy of playing it safe. Like, let me not give my all to this person just in case it goes south, just in case they give me a reason to cut them out of my life again. Let me not move in with this person, have this person move in with me, you know, just in case it goes south again. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All right. How does this person currently feel? Ooh, I don't think that this person's going to be a huge fan of the way that you're going to choose to go about this, because they want to pick up where they left off with you. They do. They kind of feel like that's the only way that this is really going to work, if you guys kind of like pick up where you guys left off with one another. So if you guys were sharing a home with one another, now that you're agreeing to work things out, you know, between the two of you, they think that it's best that you guys go back to living with one another all over again. You ain't doing that this time around. As far as like you deciding to not turn around and invest all that you have to give until this person is able to prove to you that they are deserving of you and all that you have to give, they're also not going to like that either. They're also not going to like that either, because here's the thing, right? You're kind of looking at this person like, you need to really prove to me that you've changed, right? But you may not know this, but they're also looking at you like, you need to prove to me, Scorpio, that you've changed. You know? So it's like, yeah. But even though this person's looking at you like, you need to prove to me, Scorpio, that you've changed, they still want to pick up where they left off with you nonetheless. You know what I mean? So if y'all were living together, it's like they expect you to prove to them that you've changed, but they also expect things to go back to normal, if that makes sense, between the two of you. If that, does that, you get what I mean? I just don't think that this person's going to be a huge fan of the way that you're choosing to go about this, because they think that it's not going to work. Like, yeah, it's like they think that it's just not going to work. Let's look at the devil. I feel like there's more to the story though. Because I am definitely getting that they think it's not going to work, but I keep getting like the page with this person, which, I mean, not what I meant to say is I keep getting the Page of Swords with this energy, which is like a watching energy, right? It's like, okay, like, all right, boom. Okay, so you want to get back together with me. All right, cool. Like, but it's like, there's something about them needing to like be close to you, them needing to like watch you. Not entirely sure what that's all about. Maybe they don't trust you. That's a possibility, but let's look at the devil, because I keep getting the Page of Swords. I keep getting that. Tell me more about the page. I mean, not the Page of Swords. Tell me more about the devil. Jeez. We have the Three of Swords. We also have the Knight of Swords, but it came out in the reverse. And then we also have the Six of Wands in the upright. Yeah, the way that you want to go about this relationship does not sit well with this human being. Like, it doesn't sit well with them. And they're going to put up a fight, by the way. Like, if y'all were sharing a home with one another prior to this ending occurring here, like, yeah, they want you guys to go back to sharing the home with one another all over again. There is no, like, you live over here and I live over here. Like, nah. Like, they're not going for that. They're not going for that. They're not going for that. And I really want to look at the Three of Swords. I really want to look at the Three of Swords. Tell you more about the Three of Swords. Yeah, like their whole like thing is like, if you really want to make this work, like things have to go back to normal. So y'all need to go back to sharing a home with one another. Like, you need to go back to like giving them and your relationship with them. You're all while also proving to them that you've changed. I keep getting this watching energy though with them. Like, I keep getting the fucking Page of Swords with them. I don't know why though. We have the Two of Cups, but it came, stay there. We had the Two of Cups, but it came out in the reverse. And then we also had the Ten of Pentacles out here. All or nothing. It's like they're looking at you like you have one foot in, one foot out, and they don't like that. They do not like that. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. Nope. They don't like it. Let's look at the Two of Cups in the reverse. Tell me more about the Two of Cups in the reverse. We have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. We have the Six of Cups. Okay. Ooh, there goes the Devil again. There goes the Devil. Damn, man. This person has a Devil and showing up in their energy twice. That's not good, though. To show up in a person's energy twice, that's not good. Huh. Do I have another tarot deck? I do. You know, the fact that this person, you know what it is? You know what I feel like it is? Like, I feel like this person, like, God, how do I explain this? Like, I feel like this person feels like they have like zero control right now, like over you in the situation, and they don't like it. And I feel like they're trying to find a way to regain control over the situation. Like, don't get me wrong. Ah, man, I don't know. At this point, I'm like, ugh, I don't know about this person, because it's like, don't get me wrong. I think that this person does miss you and what they once upon a time had with you. It's just the Devil showing up twice in their energy. That's kind of like, the fuck is this? Like, well, I don't know. Like, what is that all about? I really want to look at the Devil since it came out twice. I'm going to use a different tarot deck to do so. Tell me more about the Devil. Okay, so we have the Queen of Swords, but it came out, there you go. There it is. There it is, there it is, there it is. You should be playing it safe with them. You should be playing it safe with them. You should be. The thing is that they don't, yeah, you should be playing it safe with them. That's kind of telling me a lot, okay? That's kind of telling me a whole lot, okay? Yeah. See, here's the thing. Does this person want to get back with you? Absolutely. Does this person miss what they once upon a time had with you? Sure. Does this person want what they once upon a time had with you back in their life all over again? Because I'm getting that you guys built a foundation together, which for the vast majority of you, you shared an actual home with this person. Either which way, though. Yes, I will give them that. They want all those things back in their life. But again, this whole like, well, they need to prove to me that they've changed first before I like accept them back into my life fully, before we move back in together. Like, see, that's what they don't want. And here's why they don't want all of that, right? It's because deep down inside, they haven't changed. They haven't changed. They haven't changed. They're going to tell you that they have. Duh. You know what I mean? Duh. Of course they are, you know, but they haven't. Because something is causing you to want to play it safe. You've never played it safe with this person before, but all of a sudden now you want to play it safe with this person. And there's a reason for everything in this life, right? There's a reason why you want to play it so safe with this person. It's because they haven't changed. They haven't changed. And I think that this person knows that by doing this the way you want to do this, it's going to cause them to not get the like outcome that they want in the end, right? Which is the life that they once upon a time had with you. You see what I mean? As well as you. Because at the end of the day, it's like you can only fake for so long. You can only fake for so long. You can only fake for so long, and they know that. They also know it's going to be very exhausting. Very exhausting to like play the good guy role. You know what I mean? So it's like they rather just have everything go back to normal, okay, between the two of you. Do what they got to do for now to get back into your good graces. Once they get back into your good graces, it's only a matter of time before they get comfortable. And once they get comfortable, their true self is going to come out again. Which, by the way, the fact that the devil's out here 2 times, come on. The fact that the devil's out here twice, that's kind of telling me they've already shown you who they are. And it kind of looks like you didn't like it. You know, so this whole you playing it safe, it's like, yeah, no, they don't want to do that because it's going to require too much of them. That's the thing. It's going to require too much of them. They're going to have to play the good guy role for God only knows how long. They could end up playing the good guy role for like freaking months on end. You know what I mean? They don't know. And that's a lot of time, energy, and effort. Because this is all about pretending, right? To be someone that you're not. You can only do that for so long. You know what I mean? And they know that. To pretend to be somebody that they're not for a long period of time is exhausting. It's exhausting. And they know that. They know that. So you mean to tell me that you gonna sit here and play it safe and have me, you know, pretending to be the good guy for months on end? No, I don't want to do that, Scorpio. Like, they're not gonna obviously say that to you, but no, they don't want to do that. They just rather, you know, because I feel like this person feels like if things go back to normal, this to me kind of feels like, aha, checkmate, got you, you know? Now you're stuck with me. Like, it has that type of feel. And the devil can represent a trapping energy. That's kind of telling me that you're dealing with somebody who's into trapping people, which is interesting because somebody just got this message. I want to say it was Aries. Yes, it was Aries. I don't know if you have Aries within your chart or this person does. Definitely watch that because that shit has so many damn twists and turns, honey. It's not even funny, but they're very big on trapping people. Very, very big on trapping people. Or just simply trapping you, you know, it could just be like a thing that they do with you and only you, and they've never done it with anybody before. But I am definitely getting that this person has definitely tried. I feel like they were successful at trapping you at some point. I am getting that. I don't know if you guys ended up having a child together or getting under some type of contract with one another, but I am getting that they were successful at trapping you. And it kind of looks like you broke free, you know, from their like, you know, from their trap. And here they are wanting to trap you again. So they've already trapped you once before. You broke free from that in some way, shape, and or form. And it looks like they're coming back because they want to trap you again. Lord have mercy. Okay, I know that didn't I pull? Yes, I put this back. I put that back. Okay, so let's, okay, I can see why like they're just like, yeah, no. Because their whole thing is they just want to put you in a predicament where you can't like leave, you know? So this person feels like, all right, like if they just butter you up and call you a biscuit real quick, you know what I mean? That they'll be able to get back into your good graces in no time. But then here you are hitting them with the, yeah, see, this is how we're going to go about things, you know? And they're just like, whoa, 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 whoa. No, we're not. No, we're not. No, no, no. That's not what we're going to do around here. You know what I mean? Like, of course they don't want to do that because it requires them to put on a show and an act for a long period of time, and they're not really trying to do all of that. What actions? Temperance trumps the devil every single time. Every single time. So that's kind of telling me that their little game plan to like try to trap you into this marriage and a relationship all over again, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And by the way, you're dodging a bullet. That's kind of telling me that if you thought your relationship with this person in the past was bad, you ain't seen nothing yet because it would have gotten worse. Which I really want to look at that Ten of Swords energy. It would have gotten worse. We have the Page of Wands, we got the Four of Wands, and then we also have the, yeah, this to me just kind of feels like a convincing energy. It's like they're trying to like convince you that you guys really need to go back to like the way things used to be between the two of you. Because, you know, it's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. You know, it's, I feel like y'all used to live together or something like that, because it's the whole like, how are we supposed to make this work if you're over there and I'm over here? Like, how are we supposed to do this? Maybe you guys live together, maybe, I don't know, possibly, but the way you want to go about this, they're just like, they're trying to convince you, yo, Scorpio, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. If we do it like that, it's not going to work. I'm telling you, it's not going to work. I beg to fucking differ. I think it is going to work. I do. I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work because time reveals everything. Everything. Time reveals everything. And time will reveal to you accepting this human back into your life is something that you shouldn't do. And they know that. And they know that. They know that. They know that. What did I want to look into? I know I wanted to look into something. Oh, temperance. Scorpio, another thing too, right? Because watching energy, when you guys do, because I am getting that you guys are planning on like working things out, right? As far as like being intimate is concerned, because this person is harnessing a lot of like, I want to trap you type of shit, be very careful, especially if you're fertile, okay? And you're not on any form of birth control. Be very careful. Be very careful. Okay? Be very careful. Tell me more about temperance. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, we got the Nine of Cups, and then we also have the Fool. I feel like this person's kind of giving themselves away, is what it is. Like, they're giving themselves away to you. Like, the fact that they're, like, so, like, you know, like, hell-bent on, like, no, we're not going to do it this way because it's not going to work. It's kind of telling you everything that you kind of need to know, that they actually haven't changed. They actually haven't changed, because somebody who's down to show you that they've really changed and go about it the way that you feel, you know, the most comfortable, right? Is not going to mind. They're not going to fucking mind. They're not going to mind. They're not going to mind. If a person is claiming that they really have freaking changed, if a person, you know, is claiming that they're willing to do whatever it takes to make this dynamic between the two of you work, they're just going to turn around and do it. They're not going to sit up here and put up a fight. No, but we have to go back to, you know, doing things the way that we used to do it. For what? And it's because they want to, like, they just want to go back to, like, yes, having you and what they once upon a time had with you. Yes, I will give them that. I will give them that. But it also has a lot to do. It also has a lot to do with them essentially feeling like if they are able to actually get you back, they can go back to just being who they are, which is a version of them that you personally don't like and or want to continue to deal with. Hence why you walked away to begin with. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel like that's what's kind of giving them, you know, a way that they're not serious about making this relationship work. Because if they were, they would do whatever it takes, right, to make this relationship work. And they would also respect how you feel in the process of it all. We have the King of Cups in the reverse. We have the Emperor in the reverse. And then we also have the, yeah, checkmate is kind of what I'm getting. It's this I don't know, this human is kind of interesting to me, kind of, because it's like their whole MO is let me butter Scorpio up and call them a biscuit and get back into their good graces, and then boom, trap them. Because once I'm able to trap them and get what I want, they're not gonna leave me, they're not gonna go anywhere, you know. And then you're just like, yeah, we're not doing that, you know. We're not going to do that. This is how we're going to do it. You know what I mean? And it looks like they just don't like it. It looks like they don't like it. It's like here they are trying to get you, you know, and then you end up getting them, like in the end, by shutting like their whole like game plan down. You truly are 10 steps ahead. I am getting that. Yeah, you're 10 steps ahead of them. Because it's like, here they are, you know, trying to like butter you up, you know, just to like get back into your good graces. And I keep getting to trap you. It's like they feel like if you guys go back to living life the way that you guys were with one another, they don't have to worry about you running away from them. But see, you ain't doing that. You're just like, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. Okay, this is how we're going to do it. You know what I mean? And the fact that they're just like, no, I don't want to do that. That's not going to work. You know what I mean? They're just, it's telling you everything that you need to know. It's telling you that they're not serious. King of Cups in the reverse can definitely represent somebody who's like trying to emotionally manipulate you. I just kind of feel like because this person refuses to like prove themselves to you, like honestly refuses to like prove themselves to you that they have actually changed, it's causing you to feel like, yeah, this person hasn't changed, nor do they have any sort of intentions of changing. So before they get you, you turn around and get them, is kind of what I'm getting. By just shutting their whole like game plan down. Okay, what actions? I don't even know if I looked at this. What actions? Well, this person, yeah, they're very like determined to like make sure that this goes their way. They're very determined to make sure this goes their way. But it kind of looks like they're not gonna get their way. And they're gonna be really angry and really upset. They might even go as far as to say, you see, you really don't want this relationship to work. I'm the only one that really wants this relationship to work, not you. Okay, well, whatever, you know? Go tell them to yell at their mirror or something. Because this person, man, like, it's like, you know, this is really sad because it's like, for one, they're manipulating you into thinking that they have changed and that they're willing to do whatever it takes to make this relationship work. Yeah, in the beginning, they're gonna come off like they're willing to do whatever it takes to get you back, and you know that's cute, but it's they're just doing it temporarily. That's it, to like wiggle their way back into your life all over again. And once they're able to like wiggle their way back into your life all over again, and they get you right where they want you, because they have to get you to a point where you can't run from them, which feels like a trapping energy in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if this person's going to try to talk you into getting under some type of contract with them, or if they're going to trap you via baby, but it's like they feel like they have to do this first. Butter you up and call you a biscuit. Once they get back into your good graces, their next mission is to try to trap you, whether it's contract or via baby. Once they're able to pull that off, oh man, like they don't have to continue to walk around and be the good guy anymore, because they know you ain't going nowhere. But see, little do they know, you're 10 steps ahead of them. Little do they know. Well, yeah, I kind of go more into depths about it in the Aries reading. So you might find yourself resonating with a lot of things that I say in the Aries reading in regards to this human being. So a lot of things might hit home. So you should totally watch that. The only reason why I never really mentioned what I got in the Aries reading is because it didn't really come out personally in your reading. But you know, there might be a few things in that Aries reading that I just posted today that might hit home for a lot of you. But that is what I have for you, my friend. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys here.